Welcome, foolish YouTubers! This is Mr. Zero's Terror Ride. I am Mr. Zero, the clown comic and commentator on things silly, scary, and stupid. With me, as always, is Chuckles the Clown. Thank you. Got myself my soda pop, so if you hear any burping from my microphone, it's probably me. Because who else is wearing my microphone? Some of the more perceptive of you might say, there I just burped, could you tell? Some of the more perceptive of you might be looking at me and saying, Mr. Zero's looking a mite bit more like Uncle Fester today. Maybe he looks a little bit like that cannibal guy from Frontiers. And any of you guys that know the movie Frontiers, congratulations. You rock in a certain little way because you pay attention to the more independent foreign section of the movie, wherever you get your movies at. Anyone who says anything about me looking like any character, I don't care what, from Human Centipede, if you're referencing Human Centipede, you could go home! I haven't seen that movie, and I never will. I have bad taste in my mouth. I don't know why I'm even referencing. I reference that movie so much as a really dark joke. I've never seen it, and I never will. I don't need to do that to myself. But anyway, back to my appearance, my unusual melon. It's haunted house season, so I'm in haunted house mode. I shave my head and I shave my beard because it's more comfortable. It's more air conditioned. It's more aerodynamic. You know, because I was a chainsaw guy on opening night, which was last Friday, and chainsaw. Whew, you gotta wear. I was a chainsaw clown, which is like, oh yeah. And can I get an amen, Chuckles? Amen. Chainsaw clown, which means I'm wearing a clown mask and carrying around a chainsaw, running after people for 20 minutes at a time. One of the things that they do at my haunted house, and most haunted houses will have people switch off on chainsaws, um, is that you do it for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. You take breaks, and it's a really good way to just get it done. It helps the night fly by a lot faster. If you had to do chainsaw straight through, oh, your back would kill you. Those chainsaws, it's not heavy to start with, but by the end of the night, you're just tired. But a good kind of tough tired. You feel like, yar, I'm tough. I'm a tough chainsaw clown. But it makes you sweat a lot, and I'm not putting up with that anymore. I'm not sweating as much. I'm a sweater anyway, so I'm not saying that I'm a sweater as in I'm like a knitted piece of attire. No, I sweat a lot. I sweat. I glow. I glow to the point of being glistening. So I guess that's all I gotta say. Yeah, my haunted house I'm working at. It's turning out pretty good. So far, I've had 2 good nights. And then tomorrow, I hope I have a good night, and I hope Saturday I have a good night as well. But the haunted house season is kicking off, and I'm probably gonna just vlog about that because I want to keep that for myself. So if you guys have anything to say about it, I don't care. I'm just talking for my own benefit to remember my haunted house year this year because I didn't do this last year. Last year I didn't talk anything about it. I was too busy to talk about haunted houses or drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper. So I can look like a skinnier Fester. That'll never happen. I'll always look like the chubby Jackie Coogan Fester. I'll never look like the skinnier Christopher Lloyd Fester. So at any rate, let's see. I told you about why I look the way I look. I talked about haunted houses. I was Chainsaw Clown on Friday, and I was in Body Bag on Saturday. which is a room full of fake body bags, like garbage bags full of junk to make them look like their bodies. And they're hanging from the ceiling, and there's loud noises, and it's dark, and it's dripping wet, and there's smoke, and it's sticky, and wet, and damp, and stinky, and loud, and scary, and you hallucinate because you can't see anything properly, and you're like yelling at people that aren't actually people, they're bags in front of you. So you're trying to scare a bag, and then overhear someone else, and then you're like, ah! And that was my experience. It was a good night. It was a good night. So that's that week of haunting, and then probably by Thursday of next week I'll talk about tomorrow and the day after. And communication.